Have you ever wondered what makes Wagyu beef so incredibly luxurious? It's not just a steak. It's the kind of meat that melts in your mouth, costs a fortune, and has food lovers buzzing with excitement. But what's the secret behind its allure? Is it all marketing, or is there something truly magical in how it's made? If you're craving the finest American Wagyu, Snake River Farms is the place to go. As the pioneer of American Wagyu beef, they've spent over 50 years perfecting the craft, delivering award-winning products featured in everything from Michelin-starred restaurants to beloved local eateries. With offerings like American Wagyu beef, Kurabuta pork, and Double R Ranch products, Snake River Farms brings you meats that impress with rich, complex flavors, subtle sweetness, and melt-in-your-mouth tenderness. Want to experience this luxury for yourself? Snake River Farms also offers fantastic affiliate opportunities for food-centric blogs and websites. Just click the link in the description to explore their premium meats and grab exclusive deals. Today, we're diving deep into the meticulous, fascinating process behind Wagyu beef, how it's bred, raised, and prepared to become the ultimate symbol of culinary indulgence. The history and cultural significance of Wagyu. Wagyu beef didn't start as a global luxury. It began as a humble part of Japan's agricultural heritage. But how did it evolve into the gold standard of beef worldwide? The origins of Wagyu, which is literally meaning Japanese cow, can be traced back over 2,000 years, when cattle were first introduced to Japan. Initially, they were used exclusively as draft animals for farming, transportation, and rice cultivation. Beef consumption wasn't widespread due to religious and cultural practices. Everything changed during the Meiji Restoration, 1868–1912, when Japan opened its borders and embraced Western customs, including meat consumption. But Japanese cattle were different. Over centuries, selective breeding and geographic isolation had created unique genetic traits in their cows, which resulted in the superior marbling and tenderness that would later define Wagyu. Wagyu became a symbol of Japan's craftsmanship and attention to detail, and by the 20th century, regional varieties like Kobe, Matsusaka, and Omi had developed, each with its own flavor profile and reputation. These varieties became prized for their exceptional quality, earning global recognition as the pinnacle of beef. Understanding Wagyu's deep roots in Japanese history highlights why it's more than just a steak. It's a cultural treasure born from centuries of tradition and care. The genetics behind the perfect Wagyu. What makes Wagyu beef so different from any other kind of beef? It all starts with the genetics. The unique quality of Wagyu beef lies in its exceptional marbling, the delicate web of intramuscular fat that gives the meat its melt-in-your-mouth texture. This isn't a coincidence, it's the result of generations of precise breeding. Japan recognizes 4 main Wagyu breeds: Japanese Black, the most common and prized, Japanese Brown, Japanese Shorthorn, and Japanese Polled. Among these, Japanese Black cattle, specifically the Tajima strain, are revered for their high marbling potential. Farmers follow rigorous genetic documentation, keeping detailed records to ensure the lineage remains pure. Japan's Wagyu registry is akin to a royal family tree for cows. This genetic precision is what sets authentic Wagyu apart from imitations and ensures consistency and quality. The term Wagyu is protected in Japan, much like champagne in France. True Wagyu must meet strict genetic and production standards to earn its name. The genetic foundation of Wagyu isn't just about creating better beef. It's about perfecting a culinary masterpiece that has no equal. 3. From farm to fork. The life of a Wagyu cow. Wagyu cows don't just live, they thrive. Ever heard that these cows get massages or listen to music? The reality might surprise you. Wagyu cattle are raised in conditions that focus on reducing stress and maximizing comfort. Stress-free living is crucial because stress directly impacts the quality of the meat. High stress levels can lead to tougher, less flavorful beef, which is a major concern for Wagyu producers. To prevent this, Wagyu farmers provide environments that prioritize the well-being of the cattle. Farmers often raise Wagyu cows in small herds, allowing for more individualized care and attention. The cattle are housed in spacious barns or are sometimes allowed to roam open pastures, depending on the farm's practices. Contrary to popular myth, while the beer-fed Wagyu myth is somewhat based on fact, not all farmers follow this practice. However, some do use small amounts of alcohol, particularly beer or sake, to stimulate appetite and encourage weight gain, though this is just one of many methods used. More commonly, farmers use techniques such as soft brushing to improve circulation and keep the cow's skin healthy, which indirectly contributes to better meat quality by encouraging a more even fat distribution. These massages help relax the cows, which lowers their stress and enhances fat marbling. Additionally, the use of music, particularly classical music, is said to have calming effects on the animals, although it remains a debated practice in the industry. Wagyu cows are also carefully monitored for their health and diet, with many farms employing data-driven techniques to track their growth, health markers, and fat development. This close monitoring ensures the cows reach their full genetic potential, which is essential for achieving the ideal marbling and tenderness that define Wagyu beef. The pampered lives of Wagyu cows aren't just about luxury. They're a carefully crafted system that maximizes the beef's flavor and texture, ensuring it delivers a once-in-a-lifetime dining experience. 4. The art of feeding, a secret recipe. Did you know that Wagyu cattle are fed a gourmet diet? Their meals are carefully crafted to create that signature marbling. Wagyu cows follow a feeding regimen that's as meticulous as their living conditions. Their diets typically include a mix of rice straw, corn, barley, and grains, providing a perfect balance of protein, fiber, and carbohydrates. This isn't just about nutrition, it's about flavor and fat distribution. The feeding process can last up to 3 years, far longer than the typical 18-month lifespan of other beef cattle. Farmers aim for a steady and gradual weight gain, which allows the fat to develop evenly within the muscle. Cows are often hand-fed in small, frequent portions to avoid stress and ensure optimal digestion. The fat in Wagyu beef is high in monounsaturated fats, making it healthier compared to other types of beef. It's even been dubbed the good kind of fat by nutritionists. The meticulous feeding process doesn't just create beef, it creates a luxurious, buttery texture and flavor that no other meat can match. 5. The role of regional terroir in Wagyu quality. Did you know that the flavor of Wagyu changes based on where it's raised? It's all about terroir, the environment that shapes its unique taste. Much like how wine takes on the characteristics of its region, Wagyu beef reflects its local surroundings. Take Kobe beef, for example. Raised in Hyogo Prefecture, the cows graze on nutrient-rich grasses in a mild climate, which gives the beef its delicate flavor and fine marbling. Clean air, plenty of space, and a stress-free environment all contribute to the high quality of Kobe beef. In contrast, Hokkaido Wagyu thrives in the colder climate of northern Japan. With pristine water sources and fresh pastures, the beef from this region has a distinct flavor and a firmer texture, known for its tenderness and depth. Matsusaka beef, often called the Queen of Wagyu, comes from Mie Prefecture. These cattle are known for their rich, creamy fat, which creates an exceptionally buttery texture and deep flavor. The local climate, combined with a special diet of rice straw, helps produce this highly prized variety of beef. Each type of Wagyu is shaped by its region, with the climate, soil, and farming methods all playing a role in the flavor profile. This diversity gives food lovers endless options to explore, with each cut offering something uniquely special. Wagyu isn't just beef, it's a reflection of its home, a flavor-filled journey into the heart of Japan's terroir. 6. Certification and grading. What makes it A5? Not all Wagyu is the same, and A5 isn't just a grade, it's a promise of excellence. Wagyu beef is graded by the Japanese Meat Grading Association based on 2 key factors: yield and quality. Yield A, B, or C measures how much usable meat is obtained from the cow, while quality 1 to 5 evaluates marbling, color, texture, and fat quality. The highest yield grade, A, means the cow produces the most usable meat, while C is the lowest. To earn an A5 grade, Wagyu must excel in all areas. The marbling, the fat that's interwoven within the muscle, has to be exceptionally fine and evenly distributed, creating a delicate, lace-like pattern. This marbling gives the meat its signature melt-in-your-mouth tenderness. A5 beef is rare and comes at a premium, often costing upwards of $300 per pound. The fat in A5 Wagyu is so finely marbled that it starts to melt at room temperature. This high level of marbling isn't just for texture. The fat is also rich in monounsaturated fats, which are considered healthier than the saturated fat found in most other beef. Besides marbling, the quality grade looks at the meat's color, bright and fresh, texture, fine and tender, and the smoothness of the fat, with no waxy or hard spots. Together, these elements make A5 Wagyu a cut above the rest, a true masterpiece in beef production. So, when you see A5 on the label, you know you're holding the finest beef in the world, crafted through years of meticulous breeding and care. 7. Global expansion and controversies. How did a Japanese delicacy become a global phenomenon? And is all Wagyu really the same? The global spread of Wagyu began in the 1970s, when Japan started exporting Wagyu genetics to countries like the US and Australia. Today, American and Australian Wagyu have become popular alternatives, often produced by crossbreeding Japanese cattle with local breeds like Angus. While this makes Wagyu more accessible, the crossbreeding compromises the meat's signature quality and marbling. However, this global popularity has sparked controversy. Outside Japan, the term Wagyu is often used loosely, with many restaurants labeling beef as Wagyu, even when it doesn't meet Japan's strict standards. For instance, some US producers use the term for beef with much lower marbling grades, or for crossbred cattle that aren't purebred Japanese Wagyu. In response, Japan has introduced tighter regulations to safeguard the authenticity of its beef. Now, for beef to be labeled Wagyu in Japan, it must come from one of the 4 native Japanese breeds: Japanese Black, Japanese Brown, Japanese Shorthorn, or Japanese Polled, and it must be produced in Japan, following rigorous grading standards. These measures help preserve the reputation of Wagyu as the world's finest beef. While the global demand has made Wagyu more widely available, the true Japanese version, particularly the A5 grade, remains unmatched in flavor, tenderness, and marbling. Its quality still stands far above international alternatives, making it a rare and luxurious treat. 8. Cooking and enjoying Wagyu beef. You've got your Wagyu steak, but how do you cook it without ruining the magic? Cooking Wagyu requires a delicate touch. Traditional Japanese methods like teppanyaki, grilling on an iron plate, and shabu-shabu hot pot highlight the beef's natural flavors. At home, the secret is simplicity. Cook it on low heat, season sparingly with salt, and let the marbling work its magic. The fat in Wagyu doesn't just add flavor, it acts as a self-basting mechanism, ensuring every bite is tender and juicy. And when you finally take that first bite, it's an experience you'll never forget. Cooking Wagyu isn't just about making a meal, it's about unlocking the full potential of a meat that's been centuries in the making. Wagyu beef is more than just a culinary indulgence. It's a symbol of Japan's dedication to excellence. From its deep-rooted history and precise genetics to its luxurious production methods, Wagyu represents the pinnacle of what beef can be. So, the next time you're savoring that marbled masterpiece, remember, you're tasting centuries of craftsmanship, care, and culture. If you're craving the finest American Wagyu, Snake River Farms is your go-to. With over 50 years of expertise, their offerings, from American Wagyu beef to Kurobuta pork, bring that melt-in-your-mouth magic right to your kitchen. Check out the link in the description to grab some for yourself and take advantage of their fantastic affiliate marketing opportunities. Don't miss out.